Extra Time.
Good evening, Extra Time's live broadcast, and this is Debashis, and I have someone who knows better, just missed the Olympic medal. I am joined by none other than Joydeep Karmakar. Joydeep, welcome to Extra Time. First up, it must have been a very very disappointing thing that the performance of the shooting team. क्या कहना चाहेंगे, क्योंकि आपने आज सुबह एक ट्वीट भी किया था कि rather than trolling and criticizing the sportsmen we should back them and support them. तो क्या कहना चाहेंगे, हमारा जो शूटिंग टीम का जो प्रदर्शन रहा है अब तक, इसके बारे में आप क्या कहेंगे?
See, disappointment, yes, but insulting or making trolls, no. That's for sure. Of course, when you are playing at a very highest level, people have expectation on you. इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आप उसके पीछे पड़ जाओ और उसको ऐसे ट्रॉमेटिक कंडीशन में भेज दो ताकि वो जो बच्चा है उसका मतलब जो नेक्स्ट जो कोशिश है वो भी ना कर पाए वो. So that is very important to understand that we should not be so harsh on athletes and young athletes as 18 and 19 and 20s, that they don't go into trauma. And even when later, if they think about Olympics, it will be a trauma which will be haunting them. So we should avoid that. But yes, we are definitely disappointed. Everybody is. In fact, we were expecting a lot of medals from the shooters from the mixed event, but then this was the biggest event, in fact, which we were looking at. But then it didn't happen, and this was definitely a disastrous moment for shooting lovers and sports lovers from India, especially. And yeah, people have negative thoughts about it. Criticism will be there, of course, and it is justified as well. So I think we have still a lot of events left in shooting, though very practically we don't have much chances, like calculative chances from these events. But if it does come, it will be bonuses. And what I think is that these events and the shooters who are there, I think they are not favorites, I would say. But what we have seen from even historical results, the non-favorites often win out from a flash, and they produce miracles. So that is what we are waiting for, not a certain one, but the miracles.
जो बड़ी जो चीज आ रही उभर के वो यही है कि मानू भाकर और जसपाल राणा का बीच जो विवाद था, बिकॉज जस्ट बिफोर द स्टार्ट ऑफ द ओलंपिक्स हम सभी जानते हैं कि obviously due credit should go to Jaspal Rana for grooming someone like Manu Bhakar, who we all know has been a brilliant shooter. He has done the nation proud by winning 5 gold medals at World Cups, and also just in June when Osijek में क्रोएशिया में जो वर्ल्ड कप हुआ था वहां भी सौरभ चौधरी और मनु ने सिल्वर मेडल जीता था 10 मीटर मिक्स्ड इवेंट में एयर पिस्टल में. बट देन ये जो उभर के आ रहे डिफरेंसेस बिटवीन जसपाल और मनु, that doesn't augur well for Indian shooting. इसके बारे में आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे, क्योंकि आज रनिंदर सिंह को मीडिया ने सवाल किया था इन टोक्यो की इसका चलते, तो he didn't want to blame either party, but he also made a statement कि he failed to get both these parties together, which didn't work too good for the Indian team going ahead into the Olympics.
Yes, for the greater good of the team, I think this was something which is definitely shocking, I would say, because we have heard it from the media as well, because there was an embargo from the federation that no one speaks like to the media directly, or no social media will be handled by anybody else than a one point of contact. So information which were coming from Osijek and Croatia were very limited. So from here, it's very difficult to say what actually transpired and what happened. We hear that it actually happened back in Delhi during the World Cups, but it was hushed. So not knowing the exact things which happened, it won't be fair to comment on that. But whatever has come out now, I think we can speak about it. And what we thought is that there was a fall off between Manu and Jaspal. Very unfortunate, but there were a few reasons cited by the shooter. There were a few reasons cited by the coach as well as the shooter's parents as well. So that didn't work out. And in the last minute, like Mr. Ronak Pandit has to be brought in as a coach of Manu Bhaker. I think not even a couple of months back from the Olympics. And yes, that is difficult. That is not really something which should happen. But then when you don't have a coach, I think that is the last resort you can depend on. So I have heard that Mr. Pandit tried to work a lot for Manu, but maybe it seems it was not that smooth, and we could see that in fact in the matches. It was unfortunate that in the individual event, the pistol broke down, and then it was mended and brought back to the range, but 18 minutes were lost. So it is very difficult to cope up from that time. But I think whatever has happened should not happen, and it should not repeat. And whatever is happening, it should be brought down under one roof and settled amicably for the greater good of the country.
And Jolly, they're talking about the coaches. Obviously, how important does it get for an individual sport? Means talking about, we did notice that during the table tennis, Manika Batra, she didn't have her personal coach by the side of her. She was at the stands. Some other reasons, in fact, the coach was not allowed. For Manu's case, also, she also didn't have the support of a coach. So how important does it get for a sportsman to not have the coaches behind them at such an important event, important stage like an Olympics?
See, this is a very sensitive issue now, and I think this is a burning issue as well. And not only the shooters, I think everybody has to face this one day or the other. And I think it's high time for the administration, from the government to the federations. Everybody should look into it very seriously. There is something which is going on in every sport. It's the bridge between the personal and the national coach. That is something which is lacking in the Indian system of sports, because often you see the grassroots level coaches, they prepare the athlete to the mid and the elite level section where they get selected for the Indian team. Thereafter, everything is shut down for the personal coach. And individual sports, especially shooting, is one of the most individual sport. I think it's a huge setback for the shooter not getting enough attention or that connect between the national coach, or that sometimes it has been forced on him or her. So that at times doesn't work. Yeah, but I would of course say it is not really possible for all the personal coaches to accompany their wards and go to Olympics. It's not really possible. You imagine 100 athletes, they're taking their 100 personal coaches to Olympics. It's just cannot happen. It's absurd. But what they can do is that they can at least bridge the gap between the federation, the national coaches, the foreign coaches, and the personal coaches. There should be respect for the personal coaches as well. There is very less respect for personal coaches, because what happens, it's a common thing that it's like the personal coaches, they work at grassroots level, and they take these athletes to the supply chain to the Indian team, and then all the credit goes to the national coach or the foreign coach. So this is something very sentimental for the coach also, who thinks he or she is robbed of her credits. And thereafter, what happens is that there is no communication between the shooter, the athlete, and the coach, or the administration, and there the rift widens, and there is ego issues, and there is misunderstandings, and ultimate sufferer is the country.
Jadidha, coming back to today's performance of Saurav and Manu, they did so well in the qualification stage one, doing an Olympic record 582. But from there on, they disappointed in stage two, ending up seventh out of eight. But then, was it the nerves? Was it the pressure? What would you say? And why didn't they better their performance?
See, you don't need an expert to see that what happened today, because it was different scenario for Saurav, and it was absolutely different for Manu. Saurav did pretty well, I would say, and he was brilliant today. In fact, like as his individual event also, he topped the chart, the qualification. And if we all remember, nobody, no shooter historically topped the qualification chart ever, not even Avinav Bindra. So all credit goes to him. But today, I think Manu was not in shape, absolutely not in shape. The last time she shot, the individual one, though I can understand there were some technical issues which were managed well, but then not enough to make the final. But today she didn't have any problem that sort. But it was what I think from here, because we are not able to see the visuals, we can only see the targets and the scores. So evaluating by the target hit points, what I can say, my opinion, I think it was pressure. She was not able to handle that pressure.
Jadipda, before we end this broadcast, just a couple of questions. Obviously, the average age of the shooters is between 19 to 24, 25. So, do you think that we can still pin our hopes on these shooters? Say, 4 years from now, France Olympics, we can hope better performance from the shooters. Obviously, we didn't do too well in Rio. Neither this so far it has been disappointing from our shooters. Lot of expectations from Elov Neil, Apurvi Chandela, Abhishek Verma, Manu Vakar, then Saurav Chaudhary. But so far, it has been disappointing to say the least. So, do you think that we can pin our hopes that the average age of the shooters is between 19 and 24? So, we can, age is by their side.
See, first of all, it's not 4 years, it's 3 years from now. And we are already
Absolutely.
late. Yeah, we are already late into that. And secondly, I would want to mention that, I don't go by names or faces. Of course, it's for the country. End of the day, you play for your country. Even in Paris, if somebody else goes, maybe his age is 45, I'll still be happy. It doesn't matter who is 13 or 19 or 20 or 24. Okay, they have got talent. They are here in Tokyo. Maybe they have got their age by their side, and of course, God willing, they will be qualified for in Paris also. But back home, you have to calculate that. Back home, India has a huge bench strength, and likes Manu Bhakar and Saurabh Chaudhary and Ilavanil, there are many more, plenty of shooters younger than them maybe, who are preparing. And India has got, as we were discussing, the scores they have shot today, in individual events, they will not even land in 25th or 30th position in national championship itself. So that is the strength. The national records, a few national records are better than the world record in India in shooting. So that's huge bench strength. If you're not good enough, it is not by names or by going by star value. Nobody is there as a confirmed place. Everybody has to earn for it. Everybody has to earn it. So that place is not fixed for you. So if you don't do well, somebody else will replace you. That is the beauty of the sport and the uncertainty of the sport as well. So everyone who knows that even getting qualifying to the Olympics is very, very difficult in India, especially in shooting.
Lastly, Jaydeep, before we end, there was a comment from Raninder Singh. He said that he would be looking forward to changing the coaching staff. The total radical, he would go for a radical change in the coaching staff. Will that bring a change in fortune for the Indian team, Indian shooting team?
I don't know, the people who are there, but they're experienced coaches, Olympians there. Yes, of course, we are disappointed, especially with the rifle section. It's been a disaster if we compare it to the pistol section. There's a difference between both. I think we can think about the rifle foreign coach, because even in my opinion, he was not good enough to, like, guide the shooters well. It's time to rethink about him. And uh, and uh, uh, but whatever Raninder ji said, I think it's an initial reaction, because very honestly, he has been trying very hard for this, and he has supported the team, and he would have been the happiest man if Indian team could do well. And now he is the most annoyed man, because he has tried so honestly to back up this shooting team, and now they failed miserably. And I think the reaction is from there only. It's a little frustration also, but I don't think a big overhaul can change things overnight. I think what they need right now is, it's always about like a making good shooter. It's always about technical points. But very honestly, at this level, everybody knows how to shoot. The top 25 shooters in the world, they know how to shoot. They know how to shoot a 10. It's the time and the way they shoot. And it is not about good shooters anymore. It is about being champion. And this is what exactly is needed for Olympics. It's not a World Cup. There are a lot of good shooters, talented shooters, but then they do well in the World Cups. But when it comes to Olympics, maybe they choke. That is where we need a high performance coach. And the high performance coach will not obviously talk about a ball or a racket or a rifle. They will be teaching the inexperienced young shooters, or maybe the veterans also, like experienced ones, how to tackle the pressure of Olympics. Someone who has got the Olympics experience as well as mental strength, some expertise in that. So I think that kind of, or maybe a couple of coaches, or maybe three coaches, will help the Indian shooting team to be more stronger, agile, and to face the very brutal and cruel competition they face in the Olympics.
So, rightly pointed out by Jaideep Da, according to him, what we need actually right now, need of the hour, is to have a high performance coach, so that the sports persons, the shooters, they don't wilt under pressure, they don't get into their nerves. Jaideep Da, thank you very much for coming on our show. Thank you very much. And whoever has been watching our show, please do subscribe to Extra Time YouTube channel, and please click on the notification bell to get all the notifications. Until then, goodbye for now. Thank you.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.